right there.
Oh my God.
What happened was, Nas ain't got a lot of people with him, but he got a lot of people with him, if you know what I mean.
They're surrounding.
Right.
Got it.
And I'm seeing him and I'm knowing, because I'm a gangbang. I'm seeing with their hands on their guns. Tupac got the whole death row in the... We riled up. I step away from him. Him and Nas right here. Boom. Nas like, what's up, Pac? Man, I love your music. I'm a fan. That's what Pac say. But if you a fan, I dissed you, Jay-Z, Biggie. He named off a gang of them. I dissed all you on the song. And if you a fan and you ain't got no beef, don't say nothing. And Nas said, I love you. I never dissed you. He shook his hand and he hugged me. And then when he walked off, Pac said, yeah, I punked it. In my mind, I was like, nah, he let us slide.
What's good, YouTube? It's Jay Coffee on the vid, and you guys hear that clip there that's been circulating around. Snoop Dogg chopping it up with Angie Martinez about, a run-in between Nas and Tupac that Snoop was a party to, I guess we could say. He was there, but, the real tension from the way it all sounds seems to have been more between Pac and Nas. And y'all heard what Snoop was saying. He said that Pac was looking at it like he punked Nas in New York. And Snoop was looking at it more like Nas was just being passive and didn't really want things to go there. That's the way Snoop described it. Y'all comment and let me know what you guys think. But Snoop, basically, from the way he was describing it, to me, it sounded like he was saying if things were to really go there, things would not have went in their favor. Because you heard him at the end, Pac said, yo, I punked him. And Snoop said, nah, he let us live. And regardless, whatever way anyone looks at it, it's a good thing that things didn't go there and that, that violence didn't go down. But man, Pac was an aggressive dude. You feel me? Like, a lot of rappers nowadays are trying to use the internet, and it's not like back in the day with diss records where, some people would take some shots at different artists on their albums, and we would go from there, and it was kind of more or less based off certain things. Nowadays, we know a lot of people are just dissing to diss, and they're using the internet to do it and running amok, and it's a whole different dynamic when it comes to beefing on wax in hip-hop nowadays. But anyways, that's not the only time Snoop spoke on this. He's told this story numerous times. And Nas, for the most part, agrees with Snoop. He claims Snoop was a little bit off on his storytelling.
That you and Pac once crossed paths in Central Park during when things were really heated. And what's the real Pac Nas relationship? What was it?
I heard Snoop told the story a few times, but he had it wrong a little bit. He had said that Pac stepped to me, and rest in peace, Pac. But he was in New York, and there was a lot of tension flaring, right? And nobody was really there. And I think he had got into it with Jungle, my brother, at the award show. I seen him backstage. I'm like, do your thing. He's like, and you do yours. I said, see, I know it's some funny, you know what I'm saying?
It was one of those like side out the neck joint, like and you do yours, my G.
Yeah. He was about to go present an award, so he really couldn't turn around and get with me and talk to me, but because he's about to walk on. But I'm walking backstage and I see him and I'm like, yo, all right, do your thing. He's like, and you do yours. Because he knew where I was coming from really wasn't an all-love place because there was a rumor of Machiavelli coming out. And so I was really want to check the temperature with him. And but it turned up. My brother and them, they seen them in Outlaws, and shout out to the Outlaws, man. And they had some words or whatever. So we went to, this is an old story, man. So at that point, it was necessary for us to address the situation because they was in the city, and we had to step to our business.
And so there was a little bit of tension for real in real life. It wasn't just a rumor. It was
a lot of tension. It was a lot of tension. They was in New York, and it was, they was chess. Their chest was out. They was doing their thing. Death Row signed, so we had to go and step to them.
And was there a real conversation between you two that quelled it?
Oh yeah. We had a great convo, man. He was like, he explained that he thought I was dissing him, and he thought, and not on the song The Message. You know what I'm saying? He thought I was dissing him, and I heard that he was dissing me at clubs. And
straight out of the gate, he thought the fake thugs, no love, right? The first line of The Message? Wow, I never even knew that was a thing.
Wow.
Last person I was even thinking about when I wrote that record, just right, I was just going. You know what I'm saying? It was just going at everybody. Just coming. So he thought that. And then I was like, well, I heard you was coming at me. I said, no, that wasn't about you, but I heard you was coming at me. And, back and forth. And it was like, yo, Nas, we brothers, man. We're not supposed to go through this. And I was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so we had a plan to squash it in Vegas. So I was out there when he was in the hospital, and, praying for him to come through. But, rest in peace to Pac.
All right, so y'all hear Nas's account of the events. It's wild. That song, The Message, is where things stem from on Pac's side. What made him start dissing Nas. And that's what I mean about how things were different back in the day. You know what I mean? Where you would have to wait for someone's album to drop, and everyone, was listening to each other's music, to the bars, to the art. Nas, my poetry's deep. That's what it was. It was just a different time back then, and they would listen to each other's work. And sometimes rappers would drop a diss, or they would take a certain bars as a diss that they thought was aimed at them. And what do y'all think? Was that aimed at Tupac? Nas claims it was not. It's interesting too when you say Nas, when you hear Nas say like, yeah, word of Machiavelli was going around. The rap game was waiting on it, gonna see what the effect was. So Nas decided to check the temperature according to him, But nonetheless, it's just very sad to hear, that there was a plan for them to squash it in Vegas. And that leads me to where I'm gonna end this video at is, when Pac did pass away, we know Nas was doing a show. And they stopped that show, him and Ed Lover, and spoke on the passing of Tupac, offered up prayers, and, told everyone in attendance we have to have a moment of silence. As you know, hip-hop is a contact sport at times when it comes to that beef on wax, and sometimes we know it goes further. But Ed Lover and Nas clearly wanted the people to know, man, no one didn't want to see this happen. Tupac didn't deserve that. He is a king. And you notice in when that other clip that I just played, where Nas was speaking about the whole situation, he was very humble and, made sure to put in there R.I.P. Pac, shout out to the Outlaws. What do y'all think that would have been like, Pac and Nas squashing the beef? Tap in in the comments with your thoughts on that, as well as everything else this video touched on. If you're new over here, the comment thread is important, where I tap in with you guys, the people, to hear everyone's thoughts. So let's, get this discussion going. And here's that Nas, Ed Lover, R.I.P. Pac clip.
What's up, y'all? This is Ed Lover from Hot 97. How y'all doing, all right? Yo, chill out. Yo, hold on. This is my nigga Nas, and we both got one thing in common. We both represent Queens to the fullest. Alright? Now, this brother was good enough to stop his show in the middle of the show, and I want everybody in here, everybody stand up on their feet first and foremost, please. No, don't make no noise. Every brother in here, please take your hat off. At 7:03 p.m. New York time, 4:03 p.m. Las Vegas time, Tupac Shakur passed away, y'all. Give me a moment of silence. Now, everybody out there that listen to Hot 97 probably heard about some beef Tupac got with Nas or whatever, with Mobb Deep, whatever. It takes a big motherfucker to stop the Miller hit, okay? So we can recognize a brother that was part of the hip hop culture that passed away. I don't give a what Tupac ever said on the record, no matter what, he didn't deserve to die that way. When the are we gonna stop this bull and start loving one another? Don't believe the hype. It wasn't no East Coast, West Coast bullshit. It was some internal LA that took this brother out. Can we have a moment of silence for the memory of one of the greatest rappers that will ever live, Tupac Shakur?